Welcome to From Our Perspective. I'm joined by partner Liz German, who is an expert in probate litigation. Today, we're discussing a complex probate case involving a multi-million-dollar estate dispute. Instead of going to trial, our team got the client hundreds of thousands of dollars through mediation. Liz, thank you for joining me. Tell me more about our client and the estate dispute.
So we had a couple of clients or two that came to us that actually had been involved in litigation for over a year relating to an estate and actually a trust. There were 3 different cases that we found that had things going on in them, multiple pleadings, lots of disputes, motions back and forth, and unfortunately their prior attorney told them they weren't able to handle that breadth and scope of a case. And so they came to us for help with negotiating a resolution. It had actually already been set for trial, and there were some very quick motion responses that we had to jump on when we got brought on board.
And what were some of those challenges that you identified?
Their expectations from prior counsel might not have been exactly the way we would have approached the case. There were some deadlines missed, and we had to unfortunately be very frank with them in our legal assessment of what claims they could continue with and realign their expectations with what we believed was actually a normal recovery scenario for them.
How did some of the complexities in a case like this, how did that affect your legal strategy?
Obviously, when you're taking on a case that another attorney has done and you're a year into it, you've got a lot of ramp up. Fortunately, we had an associate that I was able to work with on our team that was able to jump in, get their arms around it, and very quickly we could identify and come up with a strategy for the client to get them the best resolution we believed with where the cases were legally postured for, as well as to try to save them money because we were looking at a fairly quick 3-day trial coming up, and there were lots of things in terms of discovery that we were lacking to move forward with.
And as you mentioned, this case was headed for trial. How did you successfully bring it to mediation?
Well, the case had actually already had 2 prior failed mediations with former counsel. The parties just could not agree on a resolution. In having a frank discussion with opposing counsel and with our clients and realigning their expectations, we got them to agree to come back to the table to mediate. And by picking a experienced mediator who had these types of cases before and worked on, we were able to get everybody on board with an agreement and completing the mediation in 1 day, which was great because it made it so the clients didn't have to expend any more fees for our services and ongoing litigation because they had spent quite a bit of money up to that point.
And ultimately, what was the outcome and the client's reaction?
We were able to get an agreement which would pay out our clients fairly quickly. It would dissolve the trust, entitle them to their statutory portion under the trust, and then we were able to actually recover another probably about $200,000 to $250,000 for them, which would allow them to kind of recover some of those attorney fees that they expended on the litigation up to that point. So they were very happy with that resolution.
And what advice do you give to clients who are dealing with a complex estate and probate matter?
That there's not a quick resolution. We as attorneys do our best to try to give you our best advice, but it is a process. So starting with a good idea of what you want as a resolution and then talking to an experienced attorney.
Great advice, Liz. Thanks for sharing your perspective.
Of course, Michelle.
If you're facing a difficult estate dispute, make sure you protect your legacy. Reach out to us for a case assessment on our website or give us a call.